It's alive! It's alive!
Hey guys, Asher coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. How you guys doing? Welcome to the video. Happy to have you here. Sending some positive vibes your way, especially if you need them today. Some love for you guys out there. And today's going to be a really fun video because I was able to get my hands on Pythion. I went try hard. I won a tournament or two to get those extra 5 fragments. I summoned him earlier this morning, play tested him quite a bit, and really love the champion. There's a reason, a good reason, that everybody out there is saying this is the best fragment summon fusion ever in the game. He's definitely up there. He's up there with Helikath. He's up there with Brogni, some of the best that we've had throughout the years in Raid. Today we're going to talk about why, and we're going to talk about 2 different ways to build this champion. First off, I saw on hellhades.com, they give a perfect 5 out of 5 score to this champion. They call him the Arena and Dungeon God. Look at all these. Let's start out with where can you use this champion? Look at all these 5-star ratings. Arena, offense, defense, clan boss, hydra, doom tower, spider. Well, you guys can read them. Basically everywhere except for Dark Fae, he is a very incredible champion to use. Very powerful. And I guess even as a support in Dark Fae, you could use him, you know? So anyway, guys, definitely a 10 out of 10 book value on this champion. Everybody's comparing this champion to Duchess for good reason. We're going to talk about why, and we're going to kind of compare the champions a little bit as well. So a lot to get to here. Let's jump right into it, and I'm going to take my boy to the movies after this too. So exciting times. Let's try to get through this video in less than an hour. That would be good for yours truly. So here we go, guys. Let's take a look at Pythion. It is obviously a Lizardman. He's got a little bit of Ramen 2 vibe going on the aesthetics here. He's got the staff. It's like a nice dragon lizard. Or just dragon, or I don't know. Either way, he looks pretty cool, right? He looks pretty cool. He's big in battle. He's like a Mortu Macabre type frame, you know? Anyway, I'm going to talk about the build in a minute here, but on the A1, it's a 2-time hitter. Not bad for Fire Knight, right? Heals, not bad for any dungeon, right? Heals the ally with the lowest HP by 5% of this champion's max HP after each hit. Not bad. It's 2 times because it happens on both hits. So it's a nice little heal to whoever needs it most, right? Based on, again, this champion's max HP, which again is pretty solid, unlike his A2. His A2 is a full cleanse on all allies, heals them by 10% of their max HP, not his max HP. So it's not the biggest heal in the world, but it is a nice heal, a decent heal on a full cleanse with block debuffs for 2 turns, all on a 3-turn cooldown. This is a really strong ability, right? So, I mean, this is, well, again, I don't want to compare always to Duchess here, but this is a very nice cleanse with the block debuffs and the heal on there, right? Extra heal, by the way, for each debuff removed from them. And we can bolster that heal up a little bit, too, with Masteries, with the healing Masteries, which we'll talk about in just a moment. So on the A3, we have a Revive. I was 1 legendary book short. I'm not going to buy the $100 for one more cooldown. I'll get it eventually on Clan Boss or something, but it will be a 4-turn cooldown once I have it fully booked down. It revives all dead allies, 50% HP, 50% turn meter, and then strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns. Okay, so it's a great AoE heal on a 4-turn cooldown. Is it the strongest heal in the game? Certainly, or revive. Is it the strongest revive in the game? Certainly not. It's not, but 50% turn meter, 50% HP leaves our guys when they're revived a little vulnerable, but the strengthen definitely helps out. It's nice that it goes on everybody, and at the end of the day, it's a strong revive on a 4-turn cooldown. But what makes this kit so incredible is this passive overlay. So overlay, no cooldown, is just a straight up passive. It's active all the time. Allies receive 5% less damage from skills for each buff on them. Stacks up to 25%. Now, these type of damage mitigation passives are so incredibly strong everywhere and anywhere in the game. It doesn't matter where you're fighting to take advantage of these passives. So, I mean, Hydra, Arena, any dungeon, this is amazing. And think about it. This overlay passive, it stacks with other buffs, obviously, right? It's kind of like a built-in strengthen. But then you can put a strengthen on top of that. You could also have other champions like Duchess. There she is right here. She has a kind of similar passive. Decrease the damage taken by AoE attacks by 25%, 15 from bosses. But this will stack again you know, if you want to run them on the same team, or a champion like, who else? Norog has one as well. Here we can see Norog's Thick Skin. Decrease the damage taken by all allies that are under no active buffs by 25%, under one or more buffs by 15%. So again, Thick Skin, an incredible damage mitigator, and obviously the same thing with Pythion. So it's a very, very, very good passive. So between the revive, between just being a really, really nice support champion and that passive, that's why we compare it to Duchess. Now, obviously, Duchess is quite different, right? Duchess has a similar 4-turn revive. Very good one, right? 4-turn with a 70% HP and Veil and continuous heal on everybody. She has a Perfect Veil, which also comes with damage mitigation, 15% damage mitigation when you have Perfect Veil on from AoE attacks. So that's really nice. But she's bringing block debuffs, but it's on a 4-turn cooldown. But she's also bringing increased attack. She also doesn't have the heal. She also doesn't have the cleanse. So they're different in a lot of ways, obviously. But you can see where the comparisons lie. You can see why everybody's comparing these champions. And you know, if you've been playing this game for any amount of time, how good Duchess is. She's one of the best. So it's not surprised that Pythion also gets a 5-star rating. So let's talk about Masteries quickly here. I built for an arena build to start things out here, guys, okay? So I'm starting with an arena build. This champion is going to be an arena GOAT. I'm telling you right now. On Go Second teams, this champion is going to be just fantastic to any of you guys who are lucky enough to get your hands on him. I went defense. I went down. I picked up improved parry, decreases damage received by this champion by 8% when hit with a critical hit. I have my little bullet. Charlie, you want to say hi? You keep creeping on me. You keep creeping. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay. If you're going to be camera shy, then don't try to come in the video, huh? Huh? All right. So we have Wisdom of Battle, block debuffs when a stun or sleep or fear or true fear expires. And then we have the Unshakable getting the extra resistance too, because I want to build with some resistance on my cleanser, right? That way they don't get CC'd and they can cleanse the rest of the team. So one sec. Let me take this boy out of the room for a moment. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that, guys. I went down, I picked up the Unshakable as well. You could go Selfless Defender, great for a damage mitigation on the first hit in the arena, but I didn't want to go overboard here because we do not have him built in Stone Skin. If I went Stone Skin, I would definitely go Selfless Defender, and there's nothing wrong with going Bulwark as well. Further mitigating another 5% of damage, this champion will take that damage instead, okay? So a lot of tools at your disposal, you know, between, again, Selfless Defender, improved parry, and then damage mitigation for your team in Bulwark and in Selfless Defender as well. So definitely something to consider, all of those masteries if you want to build an absolute tank of a champion. On the support side, we went with Steadfast, got the HP, and then we just went right down the left-hand side onto Lasting Gifts to extend the duration of our buffs. Of course, we're bringing Strengthen, and we're bringing block debuffs to the table here, so definitely want to extend those, right? So overall, an incredible champion. I'm going to go ahead and give some ratings here. You know what? I'm basically just going to put a 5 everywhere, so I'll save the time, okay? I'll save the time. This build that I have him in right now is a bolster set with 2-piece Stone Skin, okay? It could also be a 2-piece Resist. It could also be a 4-piece Shield set. So Stone Skin's an option for the arena with this champion, of course. But we also have a bolster set. The 22 base K HP scales pretty well, and it's nice to have a shield that can't be removed. Bolster gives you a shield, a protected shield, 30% of the wearer's HP, and then it heals the wearer by 10% every turn as well. So now we have some built-in healage. We have a shield that can't be removed on all allies based on 30%, again, of Pythion's max HP. So I think this is a great move, a great build, I should say, in the arena on a Go Second team, because Stone Skin's great, but this ought to keep this champion alive, okay? So we also have total stats here, 80k HP, 3100 on the defense, 206 on the speed, 592 on the resist, okay? We also have a resist aura on this champion, 60 in all battles, so we can run him as a resist lead as well in the arena and bump that up a little bit. In terms of stat priorities on this champion, obviously, HP and defense, survivability is going to be really important. And as you saw, I went resist as well because I don't want them to get CC'd in the arena so they can stay, again, alive and cleanse. You could also entertain an immunity set for the same reason and come in, take advantage of that A2, cleanse everybody out, heal them, and then drop the block debuffs. That's the nice thing about it. You got the cleanse with the block debuffs, so you're set, you know, not even just in the arena. Talk about Hydra, you can basically resist almost everything they're throwing at you, obviously, aside from the true fears. So resistance on the chest as well. I went speed on the boots, and I went HP percentage on the chest. Now, again, If, for whatever reason, my Pythion is dying in the arena or anywhere else, I would probably just sacrifice some of this resist. And if I was going with a pure PvE build, as in I don't want to build this champion for the arena specifically, I would just go with HP percentage or defense percentage on the chest and again on the banner, excuse me. There's no reason to build any accuracy into this champion's kit, so you don't have that to deal with. And in terms of damage, it's not a damage champion. There's a 2-time hitter on the A1, hits all right, but really we're not concerned with crit rate, crit damage, so it's a fairly easy build for you guys, on Pythion, which is nice, right? So let's go ahead and try him out on a couple teams in the arena. So I have 2 arena teams built for you guys today. This one is going to be UDK, or I'm going to actually have Pythion in the lead. We have Vogoth in a curing set for extra heals. We have Magnar in a savage set, and we have UDK on a very slow build around 140 speed in a 6-piece stone skin set. So let's see how this team does here. We're going against a block Reviver and Blood Gorge, which is probably not ideal, but he's going to open up with his A2 anyway, so we should be okay. And that didn't hurt at all. And here we go. So that's the A2. Obviously, there was nothing to cleanse, but we still had the block debuffs, right? And we still have the heal as well. Now, keep in mind, here comes the A2 percussive pound from Magnar. He does not finish off the Reviver. Hopefully, we can finish things off here soon. Now, keep in mind about this team, if I had to be a little bit critical of this team, is there something a little bit odd, a little bit off to you guys? Look at the team for a second and think about it. Okay, it's the number of buffs on this team. So Vogoth isn't bringing anything to the table in terms of buffs, right? He's bringing a lot to the table in terms of heals and everything else. And then we're only getting UDK's buffs, plus the strength and the block debuffs that Pythion's bringing to the battle himself. So I say all that to say that we're not taking full advantage, unfortunately, of that passive. On the next team that I show you guys, we'll make sure there's a lot of buffs. So maybe you could argue, hey, take out a champion like Vogoth on a team like this, add a champion like Mausoleum Mage, right? Not only is he going to give you, or like Mithrala, if you're lucky enough to have her, right? Not only is that going to give you, more hardiness in terms of the increased defense, etc., but it's also going to give you more damage mitigation, activating that passive from Pythion. So if we can ever kill these champions before Arbiter keeps reviving them, we'll be over. You know what, guys? No, we can wait. We can wait. So yeah, that would be my only critique of the team. But luckily, even with 1 or 2 or 3 buffs, we're getting from 5 to 15% damage mitigation. Just, that's so nice to have. That's so nice, and it can be a massive difference maker for progression in this game, right? We're focusing on arena right now. We're not going to show you every dungeon in the game, but suffice it to say, it's going to be beautiful, especially these hard-hitting bosses in the game. And this is crazy, man. I'm going to take it off auto so I can kill Arbiter so she stops reviving everybody, please. Oh, my word. Okay, let's end this. End this, please. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, so this next team I want to show you guys, we have Mithrala, who again pairs very, very well with the increased defense, the strength, and the increased attack. And then we have Staltus Dragonbane, great defensive-based nuker. We have Warlord. He's going to be in the lead because he has a higher resist aura than Pythion does. And then we have Pythion as well. So really, really cool team. Really fun. In some ways, this is like a super, super champion for so many people to take advantage of. Anybody basically who does not own a Duchess, right? So we're going to go in with the A2. We did get all of our abilities on cooldown because their warlord went before our warlord. Why is that so hard to say? I don't know. Their warlord went before our warlord. All right. So anyway, here we go. We get some petrification landing. It's just going to be a matter of time here. The tables will turn in this battle. Boy, that petrification passive is so strong on Mithrala, huh, guys? Mithrala Lifebane. What a champ. So all we need is one of the strong A2, A3 abilities opening up for Staltus, and this will be over. Of course, we do have to bleed through Valkyrie's shield, which is always fun. But again here, pretty solid. I should have went in and prioritized the A3 of Warlord there. I think it was probably available, Orcish Rituals. But we'll still get it back before their Warlord does, so we're going to be totally fine here. And watch it. I think the nuke is going to be up right now. Let's do this. Let's do this. Keep an eye on Staltus. And again, Candyman hits very, very hard, but still able to stay alive, getting the job done. I thought he had his AoE attacks up. I guess not. But again, I like that we have 2 champions with the shield. We have 1 champion with the heals here on the team. Really nice support that you get from Warlord too as well on the A2. So we are staying alive on Staltis. And I have to say, this is a really fun team, guys. I think this team could beat some of the better ones out there. I'm going to go ahead and try to find one more really solid team before we move over to Hydra. I think this champion's going to be a just jack of all trades, right? A champion that you can use absolutely everywhere in the game. Even if you're lucky enough to ever pull this champion, maybe you're watching and you can't go for the fusion, or you've already kind of fallen out of contention there, for the fragment summon, that is. I still think you're going to be thrilled to pull a champion like this. I have to say, I was traveling last week. I think I let you guys know that earlier, and I'm really, really glad that it's always kind of a pain. I don't know if any of you guys travel for work or anything like that, but it's a pain to do. It's an extra pain to do the fragment summons and the fusions when I'm on the road, right? When I'm busy with things. But I'm glad I decided to do it because I think this champion's absolutely worth it. More so than any other. But again, it's hard to compare like the Brogni and the Helikath and stuff like that, because these champions are all incredible. But in terms of fragment summons, definitely the best, right? Do you guys agree with that? Anybody disagree with that? Let me know. I'm going to come back to the end of this battle, guys. You don't need to watch the ending here, and we'll do one more and move on over. All right, guys, let's find one more team here. And you can see, again, really good heal numbers from Pythion. Just incredible stuff. All right, let's go. And none of these teams are that difficult. Let me try to find a more challenging team here. I guess this one right here, right? They do have Lydia that's going to block my revival, but you know what? Let's go against this one, because we know this is going to be difficult. Going against a Trunda Yumeko team. Very, very strong go first team. They have Kymar and Yumeko on the same team. They start out with the Seal of Magic. They go into Dance of Time. That's annoying. So all of our skills are on cooldown except for Mithrala's. She's able to resist everything. Actually, I take that back. Check that out. We got the resist there with 600 or so resistance off of Pythion as well. So, man, this team ended up being no big deal. No big deal for this squad. I wonder what the DPS is going to be like on that A1. If I had a little bit of crit rate built into it, probably nothing that crazy, but, you know, it might not be bad. I'm speaking about, like, Clan Boss, right, you know? And obviously for Clan Boss, we would run War Master on this champion instead of Unshakable. So, again, it's just a matter of time here, but really, we faced the, you know, the toughest nuke team that I could find, and really no issues there, no issues at all. So, great champion, great team, and there's so many different combinations you can use with this champion on arena defense that or in arena offense on a go second. That is really there's a lot of versatility there. So let's see, is there anything else I can do here? Maybe one more. I love the arena, man. I've had the maxed out Great Hall, and I don't stay up till 3 a.m. every Sunday night to actually compete in the arena. But I still play arena. So I literally play arena for no reason. So that's how much I like it. So anyway, again, able to revive here. Herndig unable to take down Staltis. We get the shield there, get the strengthen, comes in with a big nuke, and sayonara. Sayonara. All right, guys, what I'm going to do is go ahead and assemble a Hydra Clan Boss team. I'll come back to you guys. I'm not going to show any dragon runs in today's video, but, you know, you kind of get the point. You know what this champion's bringing to the table, and it's a lot, right, for any dungeon in the game. But I'm really curious to see what this champion can do in Hydra. I would run him in a Relentless set. I'm trying to think, yeah, I'm going to switch the build. I was going to say, should I rebuild or should I just run this bolster and just see what he can do? I actually do want to switch the build around, so I'll be right back and show you what I come up with. All right, guys, so we've rebuilt our Pythion. Again, a fairly easy champion to build. Obviously, you might not have all the same gear that I have. Well, the shield is not upgraded here. You might not have all the same gear that I have, but stat priorities are pretty basic. Again, survivability and speed. Pretty much, right? And you're pretty good to go. Again, resistance never hurts as well to have on this champion, but it's nice not to have to worry about, you know, attack, crit rate, crit damage, and accuracy on a support champion such as this. So anyway, I switched to Relentless. You know, I love Relentless inside a Hydra Clan Boss. Basically, any longer boss battles, I love Relentless. Those extra turns really do add up, and obviously, they're reducing the cooldown of your other abilities as well. We have a speed set on top of that. I went with with HP percentage on the chest. We went speed on the boots. We went HP percentage on the gauntlets as well. And then we switched out that resist banner for a defense banner as well. So again, a little bit more survivability on this build, almost 90k, 3,500 on the defense. Masteries, we also switched around. I came down and I grabbed War Master. Again, not mandatory to go War Master, even in a PvE build. You could easily just go with, you know, defense tree or pick a tier 6 from the support or defense tree if you want to. But we'll get a little bit of damage at least out of this champion thanks to the War Master procs on the attack. So let's go ahead and go on over. Again, we have pretty much the same thing going on the support side of things. We did pick up Lore of Steel to get a little bit extra speed out of that speed set. What do I have at right now? I have the total speed at 246, so not too bad, pretty fast, considering we're in Relentless gear. Let's go ahead and what I want to do with Hydra here is I want to use the team for brutal difficulty that I would normally use with Duchess and see how they perform. I'm going to take Duchess out of this squad. And let's see. I like the fact that we're bringing a little bit more heals to the table as well because this team is a little bit light in support, a little bit heavy on damage. So here we go. And yeah, we don't have to do anything with the customization or anything like that. So let's see how this team does. I'm not going to keep you with me the entire battle, but really cool champ to spotlight in today's video. Let me go ahead and go down here make myself a little bit smaller. As far as blessings go, you know, for the arena, you might want to go Polymorph. For Hydra or PvE, you could go Brimstone. And of course, there's always Commanding Presence if you want to go with Aura help, right? So you can go in any of those directions, of course. Intimidating Presence, Commanding Presence. I'm getting all confused, but you know what I'm talking about. The ones that strengthen your aura and weaken the other team. Those are the blessings that would go with if you're lucky enough to have some blessings on this champion. So again, it looks like damage here. It's all right so far. Late game, of course, you can go Brimstone if you can get away with it, you know. The more smites, the better. The more Brimstone, the better, I say, guys. So let me just, you know, you kind of know what the champion does. I think we're more concerned, rather than seeing him in action here, we're more concerned in the overall how long this team can survive, how much heals we can actually get from this champion. We already know about the cleanse. We already know the value of the block debuffs. And then, obviously, you know, that's the only reviver that we have in the squad, too. So we'll see how often we have to take advantage of that revival, given that this team, again, is a little heavy on the offense and not very robust on the defensive side of things. So I'm going to come back to you guys, and we'll see how we do. Be right back. Let's see if we can get the cleanse off right now. We did. So a nice cleanse, a decent heal on that A2. Again, it's not the strongest heal in the world, certainly, but it's really nice to have, right? So I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, checking in at turn 50. Damage is looking really nice here, and everybody's been nice and healthy, very timely on the cleanses as well, so nothing to complain about so far. I'll come back in a few turns or so, maybe about 50 more turns, and we'll check in around turn 100. But so far, so good. Really, really happy with this team, really happy with the damage, really happy with the support from Pythion. And look at this, the cleanse might be up right now. With Tijuana Rock on the same team or a Doom Priest, it's a nice little combo there. And again, we get the extra turn, we get the block debuffs, we get the full cleanse, and the heal. It's a lot of utility to bring to the table. Be right back, guys. All right, guys, here we are at turn count 100. 34 million damage. Again, things are looking really, really nice here. Everything is cool, calm, collected. Nobody's gone down. No need for the revival. Again, really nice to have. I keep mentioning it, but we can't forget the passive. It's easy to overlook that because it doesn't show up in the stat sheets, right? All that damage mitigation. But we have, you know, anywhere from 3, 2, to 5 to 6 buffs up on everybody all the time. That's mitigating a ton of damage, helping everybody to stay alive. Be right back. All right, guys, here we go. 182 turns. Got unlucky with the shield and the devouring pretty early on Necmo, Thar, and Venus, but still, I'm happy with 52 million damage. I am going to keep it, especially on this difficulty ranking. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and end things off, I guess. Well, let's go a little bit longer. Sorry, the kiddo's still around here. Let's go a little bit longer. See if we can get to 53 million here. And of course, last man standing, Pythion, just laying the smackdown. It's weird because like a champion like Mighty Uko, obviously they're much different in terms of their kits, but can bring substantial damage to the table as well on Hydra runs and have the revival on the A3. So it's interesting if you have both champions. you know, you're going to be choosing what you need more of. You need more cleansing. You need more damage mitigation. Do you need more, you know, or do you do more damage? And then you can just choose between those two champions because it's definitely some parallels there, having the revival and bringing something extra to the table. But either way, guys, let's go ahead and end it here. Charlie, please stop doing that. End battle. You ever accidentally hit free regroup, guys? It's not good. All right, here we go, guys. Pythion obviously not putting out any damage. We already talked about that, but plenty of heals. As a matter of fact, same healage as Archbishop Pinthroy, who's a really, really good healer. So solid there, 2.1 million on the heals. And then obviously a lot of damage coming from Cupidus and Venus combo here. And again, really happy with this result. I will keep these results here. And what do you guys think of this champion? Let me know in the comments below, guys. I'm going to let you go. Let's see here. Not bad. Again, and when we look at the total damage here, not bad at all. And I have, you can see the whole build here. Relentless, 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 relentless. That's right. I'm a big fan of the set. Guys, we're going to end the video there. Good luck if you're going for this champion, and congratulations if you got this champion. Really, really, really solid. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.